Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to Touhou 18 Unconnected Marketeers. As a little surprise, I'm not playing UFO, I'm not playing Moth, I'm playing UM. And I'll be playing Lunatic, No Bomb with the use of cards. And we're gonna do a little twist. So as you can see, I've already selected the first two cards that I'm gonna use for the run. However, the next decisions will be in my commentator's hands.
Hello. I have played this game with cards quite a bit. I have my own opinions that don't always align on what's good, but there's a lot of really fun stuff you can do with the cards here. And even the two that have already been picked are a really strong base. I'll probably explain how those work once things get going.
Yeah, so let's just do it without further ado. So 3, 2, 1, yippee! So we already have an effect of the first card, the Tanuki card.
Gives you 1 power immediately on taking the card, which in this case is at the start of the game. But I think the main reason it was taken is actually the second effect, which prevents you from ever going below 3 power. Is the most brutal power loss games of every power loss game in the series. If you're doing no bomb, no card, you die twice in a row in one spot, you might not get back to full power for an entire stage. It can be really nasty. And the other thing
also having 2 power is kind of convenient for
it's convenient for stage 1, but that's not as impactful as completely removing the impact of chain deaths.
Not the selling point.
Yeah, it's a nice bonus. Also, in terms of damage, the wolf card boosts the damage of your character's main shot. So just in this case, Reimu's 2 amulets moving forward, and so Mike's non here just doesn't exist due to the combination of being at higher power and having the wolf card. Stage enemies in this game also have a thing where the sooner they die, the more they drop. So the increased power also helps with getting more power during the stage.
Yeah, there's a little bit of that snowballish effect.
Yeah, there's also going to be a significant amount of additional money and funds than is typical, just as a result of these faster kills from being at higher power.
And that means score. Money. Anyway, Mike, her nons, kinda similar to each other.
There's a lot going on for a stage 1 non. And honestly, Mike is a pretty tricky,
especially in the second one.
Yeah. When I went for the Lunatic No Miss achievement, I think I threw like half of my runs to Mike. So that's before Sentinel.
That's understandable, and you'll see why in like probably 5 seconds.
Yes. Shoot away disaster. Sad.
Ah!
Yep.
That's expected. But thankfully I at least have 3 power, so like that's not a big problem.
Alright,
okay, we don't have much money, we don't have many choices.
Let's go with Mike's card at the end of the list, so we have more choices later.
Alright. A little bit of streaming at the start, yeah. Woo!
Yeah, so your point item value in this game is dictated exactly by how much money you have, and since money is points, the more money you have, the more money you get, just like real life. But at the end of the stage, you can also buy cards. You can also buy cards with your power if you run out of money. Do not do this unless you are spending very little. If you go down to 1 power by buying a card, you have probably just doomed your run. It doesn't matter what card you're taking.
Full power!
Yeah, the early game of UM does give a decent amount of power just because it has to power you up in the first place. And here's Takane.
So what I'm gonna do for Takane is I'm gonna time down the mid-non almost all the way to 0 seconds, but I wanna like shoot it down.
Yeah, you
just
want
to have more items and. I don't know if she drops a life piece or not. Nah, it's a bomb piece, but
bomb pieces can be useful with the right cards. So.
You know, that's a pretty funky section. Whoa, 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 whoa. Not a good one. Not a good gap choice. Okay, here's also an interesting thing that I noticed while playing this game. If you're at full power and like if you like bottom drag yourself all the way to the center, you will consistently make it so that 6 needles hit the boss at the start.
Oh yeah, because this game has the really annoying thing where like the sweet spot for damage is so tiny.
Exactly.
Yeah, needle Reimu shots kind of vary throughout the series on how easy it is to hit their maximum potential damage. This is one of the most annoying ones. Yeah, it's fine.
I'm alive. Oh, I happened to hit 6 needles on pure accident.
Yeah, increased damage is always nice. Clean one wave there. And then Takene Final is a really weird pattern, honestly. Like,
Weird, but it works.
Yeah. I can't say I fully understand it. It mostly is fine, but occasionally isn't. But it dies really fast with these cards.
Alright, now we have a bit more money, so...
Yeah, a bit more money and 5 cards to choose from. That would be a very interesting pick, but I don't think we're going to be surviving too long for Centipede.
Kind of a risky choice.
Yeah. That just gives you more bombs. We don't care about getting more bombs. What was back at the front, the start?
Centipede, homing shot.
Do you want to never be below 3 power and 4 power again? Then rice balls.
I guess I could. It's
yeah, let's go with the rice balls then. I think that's the safe pick. We can get some meme picks later. So the rice balls are going to be the first active card here. Active cards can be used at any time when they are charged, and they have a cooldown time. This one is about 50 seconds, I think. The effect is that it increases your power by 1, and also clears bullets around your character for about 1.5 seconds, and that bullet clear follows you. So you can also use it to clear a nasty wave of a pattern if one is coming. This is pretty universally considered one of the strongest card picks in the entire game.
I was just being a little silly by just staying at the top there, but like, I'm Reimu. I can shoot down the wisps from above.
Yeah, Reimu has a very nice stage 3, I've found. Like this early section with like Marisa, for instance, is just pain.
Alright, let's see. One of the hardest nuns out there.
Yeah. Very
Easy.
well done.
Not a big deal.
I have a 2 miss no bomb of this stage, and both of those misses are to that mon.
That's crazy. Yeah, but it just shows how difficult that spell is. But I've also noticed that it's like heavily dependent on your monitor.
Huh.
Because like the visibility kinda kicks you in the...
True, the visibility on the pink bullets in this stage is not great in a lot of places. And then of course, now that we have green bullets, we have a green background.
Now these still are like more visible, I would say. At least for me.
Wow, Reimu homing really does a great job of dealing with that section.
I think it's kind of problematic without any cards. Like, I think Wolf does a really good job there.
Really? Even though Wolf only affects the middle shot?
Yeah.
Anyway, here's Sanyo. Sanyo is probably the hardest stage 3 boss in the series.
And that's coming from someone who's fighting Kagero.
I mean, these Nons are just so vicious.
So is this spell.
Yeah,
like
this
they
spell is very dense. And they can give you some very weird overlaps. The later Nons do have misdirect strategies, as shown here. You can just kind of misdirect it to the side, and it makes it easier. But you still have to aggressively get back through in order to.
I only do that for the second Non. I find Non 3 to be comfortable enough with just.
Yeah, and then this is another very slow, dense pattern that if you don't read way ahead, you can get trapped pretty badly. Wolf putting in a lot of work there.
That was probably one of the worst waves I've had. Just Non. I'm gonna be honest with you.
That was another scary wave. And then
And now
Sonya,
the final, which can either take 10 seconds or 20 depending on where she moves. Okay.
well, she followed, so that's good. Yeah, this spell is honestly not too bad most of the time. It's again moving through slow bullets, but it's not too difficult to get through them. Is that the laser card? Ah, it's missile, unfortunate.
There's a needle.
I might just do the boring thing and go with Sanyo's card at the end, so you get life pieces on spell captures. I think it's worth it even with the slight power drop.
Yeah, I should be able to like bring it back.
Yeah.
So do we
Plus
go with
the active card is, wait, is it actually, no, it's not filling right now. Yeah, go with the Dragon Pipe. Dragon Pipe, good.
Ah.
Yeah, so every time Sigotu captures a spell card from now on, it will drop a life piece. There are...
So we're gonna have to wait a little bit.
There are 13 spells left in the game. So I'm pretty sure that's going to be worth at least 2 lives. Probably more.
I'm probably saving the rice for the spam. I'm already kind of safe.
Yeah.
Up until then.
Yeah, so that's also a case where the wolf kind of makes up for being at 3 power instead of 4. The opener can be pretty spooky without the increased damage. But the combination of all of those things just made that a reasonably safe decision. Like, this is one of the things I like about just playing UM. There are decisions, and they are interesting decisions, and you could argue multiple different ways on what a good decision is.
Yeah, there's like a lot of them to make. Okay, the meat and potatoes of the stage, the spam.
Yeah,
That's what I have the rice prepared for.
Yeah.
Hopefully I bombed! Dude, okay. Now, you see me? You see me right now? There's the X key, right?
Is that just wrong button?
Yeah. Get out. Okay, now I will certainly press C. Anyway.
I mean, that can happen with no bomb runs. You just fat finger the bomb button, and if it's like a strict setting, that's it. It doesn't matter how good it was, it's over.
Anyway, Jimbo.
Yeah.
It is the Jimbo. Okay.
Yeah, UM Stage 4 is kind of one of the most brutal stage sections, if not the most brutal stage section in the series. I think it has like 3 sections in quick succession that would be a contender for hardest section in a stage in most stages.
And the Jimbo Cap, let's go.
And they all come in a row, too. Like,
ah! Dude, I should use the rice card sometimes. I'm just not used to pressing C, you know? That's like a foreign button to me.
Yeah, active cards take a bit of getting used to, but they're fun mechanic. Like, I've seen people have a really good time with, like, Remilia's Vampire Fang, for instance, and just speed kill a spell card in 3 seconds.
Yeah, I don't know if you're gonna have that.
Yeah. Or you could just drop
pleasure.
a Sun on Misumaru and end 2 patterns with one thing.
I deliberately did it that way just to have all of the fairies killed.
Yeah, and here's
And
Misumaru.
collect their items.
If you thought the stage was bad and would maybe let up a little bit, no, it doesn't. Now,
Time for peak dodging.
yeah,
Love peak dodging.
this is harder than it looks because the big yin-yangs are virtually all hitbox. Like, they are not bubbles. These small
Yeah.
yin-yangs do have reasonably nice hitboxes, but the big ones do not.
Yeah, they really just match the visuals.
Which makes this opening, like, if she moves down here, that gap is almost non-existent.
That's exactly what we were talking about.
That was a small down move. She can move a lot more down than that. To the point where people do a misdirect
No,
just
such
to
a scary
mitigate
tab.
that possibility. Non-3 is, I think, probably the easiest attack in the fight. It's very straightforward.
I would say non-1 is easier. Non-1 is definitely a breather in my opinion.
Yeah, that's the
And
other
then-
relatively easier pattern.
A pattern with infinite HP.
And it gets worse over time, so have fun. That's another thing. Misumaru has has a few things that just get worse over time. Mech team, what are you doing? Why are we looking at Kong Strong? Why are we looking at Kong Strong during a Misumaru NN? Like, come on.
I don't know. But it is a Misumaru LNN.
The drum is tempting, but I don't want to make you deal with multiple actives. unless you want to deal with multiple actives.
I would rather not. D is even more foreign of a button.
Let's go with the missile. Oh, let's go with the enhancement teaser then.
Ooh,
That's better than a life because it's a life and then also a life piece at the end of every stage, which is just going to be
Get
one
the
more
bomb
stage.
to make up for the one you lost.
Yeah, we can do that next stage, maybe. Yeah, I probably would have taken the drum there. The drum is probably my favorite card to use in the game, being a quick recharge flash bomb, effectively. Oh,
Nice jump scare.
well, that's why we have the rice. Saris, that's spoilers.
I like my safe spots sometimes, so let's just stand there and maybe collect items too. 'Cause why not?
Yeah, this is fairy homing versus Reimu homing. You can see that Reimu knows how to make things home, and the fairies they're doing their best.
Okay, so now for Tsukasa, I will do a misdirect in the left corner to make this easier. And then I will make sure to start the next wave a little bit to the right as well.
And this is
Hopla.
another time down to skip part of the stage, yes?
That's true. 1 second left, that's fine. And this spam might be bearable just because of the wolf card.
Yeah, if you can keep on top of killing the yin-yangs here, it is a lot nicer than if you can't. They go all the way down, they keep shooting, it gets very dense.
They also have like quite odd trajectories. Like they do some willow whirling down there.
Yeah. As Turbo points out in the chat, it's free with Frog. Yes, Sanai has very strong stage control, but Reimu's pretty decent too. The homing is good.
And now this section that can get insanely overwhelming if you like don't have the power.
Yeah, this is a very fun section. I really like stuff where the stage forces you to like decide between a macro and a micro. And again, like just has a lot of decisions, both on the dodging side and on what you pick. It's a very, very intensive game in that regard. Very fun.
That's stage 5, and we're approaching Megumu.
Yeah, how do you feel about Megumu?
Not too impossible.
So true.
I eventually got the hang of
yeah, most of the rest
the
of the
final
fight.
spell.
Most of the rest of the fight is not too bad. I think spell 3 is really annoying, but especially with the increased damage, this should die before it gets dangerous. Right? Mostly.
Okay, now we're gonna use the power. Rice.
I probably would have saved that for the second wave, personally. Just because then, in case of death, it would like restore power and cancel the wave.
See, that's another decision to make. Oh. What? Yeah, you gotta be like very careful of your actions here. Okay, this non kind of works. Just dodge left and right.
And this spell is entirely about the misdirect, and if you know your Touhou hitboxes, you know these fireballs do not have friendly hitboxes. Like, I think most of these dodges that are being made are scary because of the hitboxes.
I risked it for the biscuit there.
Oh, this is a very good pace now. And then also, just like the fireballs, these big stars, these aren't Marisa's stars.
Yeah.
They have quite big hitboxes. Rice?
That's true, I got more score. Because this game also has the thing where, like, if you are at full power items give you the score of max PAV.
So there are two choices here. There's the Death Avoidance Elixir to guarantee the clear, and there's the blank card to go for broke and get the special dialogue with Chimata. We're going for the special dialogue. You said 4 beforehand, you've got 4.
The pace is real, let's do it.
Let's go gambling!
Go blank.
So the blank card has an interesting effect. It zeroes all of your cards, and in exchange for that, at the end of the next stage, you get every card that would be in that shop. Every single one. There is no next shop. This is just to annoy Chimata. So now you'll also get to see Reimu's true damage. It's been artificially buffed this whole time.
The main shot is so tiny now. It's so comedic to me how tiny it is after seeing the buffed shot for so long. I don't like this.
Yeah, and this is why has a reputation as one of the hard games in the series. Like one of, I'd say, like the big 5 in terms of its patterns.
Okay, I survived. Okay,
Hello,
so
Tsukasa.
for this mid non, I'm not gonna misdirect anything because it's just fine to dodge it normally. But I'm also gonna try to like time it down all the way to 0.
Yeah, the drop on it also doesn't really matter at this point. Money is not useful for anything. It's a life piece, and that's the last life piece card in the game. So those 4 lives are it. But that should be plenty, right?
I didn't pay attention. What did you say?
Those 4 lives are it for the rest of the game, but that should be plenty, right?
I think it's winnable.
Yeah. So the thing about Chimada especially is that she has a lot of fast and dense patterns, but they're fast, dense, and static. So with good
As
practice...
we all know in Touhou.
Static equals free. But yeah, with good practice, they should be pretty consistent. Yeah, so we get special dialogue there where Chimada gets really mad because you have her card that confers true ownership, blah blah blah. The protagonist thinks it's useless trash. Chimada gets mad and then does the exact same thing. So, contrary to what this might look like, Offering to the Ownerless is not a survival card. After about 25-30 seconds, Chimada comes back in and you can shoot her down. There's a lot of...
Partially a survival spell.
There's a lot of different strategies I've seen people use for how to handle this first part. It really does seem like everybody has their own method, and they all work. Like, it's a very flexible pattern.
I almost rammed that upcoming wave. Not a good play. Okay, this I can like, easily read at least, so even if I didn't know the pattern very well, I'm like kind of fine. So now, this is where Reimu kind of shines, I would say. The spinning method works pretty darn well.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen this with Reimu before. I've always done it at the bottom and just try to stay high to affect where things spawn better, but yeah, this is a good strat. I'm just scared of big movements and how it might spawn something where I want to go. Nice cap.
That's probably the hardest non in the fight.
Yeah.
Blah. Ooh, okay.
Very well done. Yeah, non-4 is... I think it's easier than most of the other ones. It clicks better. By no means an easy pattern.
Okay. We got all nons, that's great. And now... I might die to this spell.
Yeah, it is notoriously impossible.
Yeah, the history
Ignore
says
the
it
spell
all.
card history being 18 of 19, which means it's been captured 18 times out of 18 times it was seen before
No,
now.
what do you mean? I died on it 18 times.
That's the failure rate, right.
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
Oh.
Zone did a little bit trolling and like, instead of showing you the cap rate, it shows you the failure rate. 18 out of 19.
Memes aside, this is one of the easiest survivals in the entire series. It's literally just those 3 dodges and spin with your lane. Yeah. And now we have Inhumane Bullet Dominion, which is a pattern very similar to the Nons.
Basically, get a route or die.
Yeah. Yeah. And then she moves, so the second wave's a bit different than the first wave. Yeah, and here we have the final, Asylum with Danmaku. There's a gimmick to this where like the droplet bullets turn into knives when they go into that ring around the player. And so you can repeatedly convert all of them to knives at the beginning of the first, like the shot for both phase 1 and phase 2. This is actually...
Things really get interesting from phase 3 onward.
And then phase 3 is have a root or die. And
that's even more pronounced than phase 4.
And then phase 4 is have a root or get walled. Just outright walled. It was probably the most annoying spell capture to do for the first time in this game.
I 100% agree.
What?
No! That was so close.
That was almost a stage 6. No miss, no bomb, no card. And you got the achievement for that.
Yay!
Let's go.
Woo!
That's a fantastic stage 6.
Oh, any ending blockers in the chat? I'm not gonna go past the Hakure Shrine.
Nice. Yeah, ending blocker is up. And I also appreciate the shot restriction being changed to Reimu 1 bomb.
I mean, that's true.
Yeah.
There was a bomb.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. That was a very, very well played run. is not an easy game.
Alright, so thank you for watching, everybody. Thank you for having me, first and foremost, and thank you IHNN for the commentary. It's probably the good time to like give like myself a shout out.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah, go for it.
I do stream on Twitch. It's either Touhou or Trackmania these days.
Both good games.
I might be locking in on maybe UFO. Yeah, if you want to see more gaming, definitely check out twitch.tv/SigotuSR, and I hope you all have a good rest of the marathon. Take care, everybody.
See ya.
Yeah.